I'll be straight with yous, boys. I don't know what to do anymore. I do content on this channel to try and help men get better. We do No Simp Saturdays to try and show men what to not do with women. So you're not a simp. And no matter how big the red pill movement gets, no matter how much people create content around not being a simp, it seems like there's just more than ever. I mean, the data does kind of show this, that men are having sex less than ever. And I do think the men going their own way movement is obviously getting bigger. But at the same time, the other movement of simps is also getting bigger. But they're just staying behind the scenes and they're not making themselves known. So we like to think, yeah, men are standing up for ourselves. We're not taking crap anymore. We're not being simps. We're building ourselves up. Yet, there's more simps subscribing to OnlyFans to see these birds in bikinis and to get messages off them saying, hey, how are you doing today, Timmy? Than ever before. And look, shout out to Abbott and Preach, who's showing this clip on their channel a few days ago. Let me just set this clip up for you so it's a bit more in context. There's a podcast called Fresh and Fit Podcast, hosted by two lads. And I like the content, but I see it for what it is. It's just entertainment. It's a little bit of mindless entertainment. Andrew Tate went on it and he really blew up the podcast to the next level. And Myron, he's a very smart individual. He used to work for the FBI. He understands all the data on relationships and the dating market. And this podcast is centered around trying to help men level up and not be simps and to try and take the leverage back in the dating market, which is all really good things. And girls go onto their podcast and they'll debate on different topics such as dating, relationship dynamics, gender roles, what the ideal man should be, what the ideal woman should be. And some of these girls who go on the podcast get absolutely slaughtered, sometimes by thousands of people in the live chat stream, and then also sometimes just by the hosts. Anyway, it's just come out that some of these girls are going on these podcasts, getting ripped to pieces, and then after they've had the podcast appearance, making an absolute killing, making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars from all these simps in the chat subscribing to them. Check out this clip explaining it.
For all of you guys who are wondering, and for those of you who watch the Wednesday show of
Don't
Fresh and
simp for them.
The guys who watch the Wednesday show of Fresh and Fit, you guys remember Stephanie Palomars was getting dunked on by the chat the entire show.
Yep.
And I asked Stephanie Palomars, I said, Stephanie, before the show, I need you to screenshot how many OnlyFans subscribers you have, and then afterwards, I need you to tell me how many you have 24 hours later.
Should we all do that right now?
Yes, I think.
Yes.
I already did it.
I think all of you should do that. Now, here's what happened. I've never seen a girl get dunked on more than this girl on Fresh and Fit, ever. Like, the whole chat was just on her the entire time. She got 1,200 paying subs in 24 hours. Guys, hold on. For those of you who can't do math because you went to public school, that's $12,000 a month. That's $144,000 a year for sitting there for 2.5 hours getting dunked on by the chat. And she wrote me later and she was like, yeah, it's totally worth it. I would do it again. That's what she told me. Just so you guys understand, this is what I'm seeing, because I'm trying to be objective here. I am seeing women say delusional things about the men they're attracted to on this show, and then I see men calling them 304s, and then I see these same women ending up with thousands of new OnlyFans subs. So you guys, instead in the chat, instead of coming after me and Rolo, you need to be coming after other dudes in the chat and asking which one of you motherfuckers is sitting there saying this and then subbing to these girls. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with subbing to these girls. What I am saying is there's something wrong with calling them whores and then subbing to their OnlyFans. That's something that is up. That's what I'm talking about.
So this girl has made $144,000 from OnlyFans subscriptions right after she went on this podcast. And this is the problem. I've spoke about it a few times. There are secret simps living amongst us. You've got 10,000 people watching live, all hating on these girls. But then thousands of them are going and subscribing to them on OnlyFans. And I knew this was happening anyway, but it just got me thinking, all this red pill content and all this content trying to change men, it helps. But a lot of men are still out there subscribing to these OnlyFans. And I've got no problem, really, with subscribing to a bird's OnlyFans, whatever. Like, if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. But we all know why they do it, is because these men aren't getting pussy in real life, and they're doing it to fill a void because they haven't got that love, that connection. Because it begs the question, you've got all the adult content that you ever need free online, so why don't you use that? Because you're paying for the relationship that you build with that girl on OnlyFans. You see it on Instagram, you've been following her a while, you feel like you kind of know it a little bit more, you're following her nights out, her stories, her holidays, you feel like you build a little bit of a connection with her. Maybe you've sent her a few DMs and she hasn't responded, but then she posts her OnlyFans link and then says, come and speak to me on OnlyFans, I'm online all night. So then you join the OnlyFans subscription, but then you've got to pay extra to talk to them, or you've got to tip them extra for them to send you their new sexy photo shoot. It's all a big scam, it's all a big rip-off. Look, these girls are getting the money, but I just don't think it's helping society. These women have just found a way to monetize the creeps. They're just monetizing the simps. But boys, I urge you, If there's anyone watching this video who is subscribed to an OnlyFans girl, I just ask you, what's it really bringing you? Seeing a little bit of titty and seeing a little bit of arse every now and then. So what that you follow her on Instagram? So what? She's messaged you and said, how's your day going? She doesn't care about you. It doesn't matter how much she says that she really likes you and that you're different from all the other men. She does not like you. She is just ripping you off. You are her pay pig. That's what you are, a pay pig. Ask yourself, is this really advancing my life? Is this really leveling up my mindset? Or is it taken from me? Is it sapping your energy that you could be putting elsewhere? Or you can do whatever you want. That's just my opinion. Comment down below what you guys think of this. Pretty crazy, eh? 144 grand in a year just from going on a podcast and getting ripped for a couple hours. Easy money, but it's all the simps' fault. Nice one for all the support on the channel. I'll see you tomorrow.